Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. We had an email this week from Aaron in Topeka, Kansas. Aaron has emailed us before and likes to listen to the program's podcast. And Aaron says, I planted Foxtail Fern on the north side of my house so it gets plenty of shade in the summer heat, and it's doing great. I'm wondering what I should do this fall to prepare it for surviving through the winter. Should I cut it back before covering it or just let it die back on its own and then cover it? And then he also asks, would it be more beneficial to cover it with mulch or something else over the winter?
Wow. First off, ferns are not my long and strong suit. I enjoy them, but I'm not big on it. However, I think I'm comfortable in saying that I have seen the foxtail. I'm going to put it in the category of other ferns. That is, I leave them alone. Once they are established, and that's usually in the second year, they're pretty much on their own. First of all, he has them on the north side, and he's got them protected. A good season's growth is always part of a plant's best winter protection. As far as I've never cut ferns back until spring. I like to see their what's left of them sticking up to create a little interest in the overall landscape in the wintertime. As far as protection is concerned, where he has them is the biggest protection. I would be cautious in terms of putting on too much mulch. Now, let's just say I'm going to say a half an inch to an inch of a very loose mulch, a wood bark. One of the best things would probably be just simply the pine cone choppings, the mulch from pine tree bark, loose, airy types of things like that. I don't think you even really would have to fuss much with them, though, Aaron. When you have them where they're doing well, they're going to protect themselves for all practical purposes. The fact that they get through a good summer is a good assurance toward good recovery in the spring. I would be very cautious in going very heavy. I'm thinking literally now of walking through the woods and walking through gardens where there are ferns. I don't remember anybody telling me that they have fussed over them. I think best that he keeps them in good condition. A little bit of mulch certainly won't hurt anything, but where we tell you on trees and things to stay at 2 inches or thereabouts, I would say with ferns and the fact that they can be a little delicate from time to time, just about a half an inch to an inch at the very most, so that you don't get into a suffocation type of thing. I'm familiar during hunting season when I'm out stomping around, or used to be anyhow, the woodland ferns of various evergreen types and so on, just simply survive and thrive on what leaves come down and lay on them. I don't remember having lost ferns due to too much mulch, but I think it would be a good practice. So without further consideration, I think it's best that he put them in the right place, keep them growing. A hint of fertilizer, and only a hint in my opinion, would maybe enhance them a little bit, and that would be along about now, just to get them through the summer in good shape, and then not worry about them in the fall, other than a very light mulching. As far as cutting them down is concerned, I don't think it would make a bit of difference after the third freeze. The tops will be dead at that point. If he wishes to clean up the appearance, fine. I like to leave mine stand so that along with other, well, we'll call it brush, it gives a little winter character. So, Aaron, I hope that helps you.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Hauer and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com